All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the eBay shop. My name's Cory.
I'm Teresa.
And we are Grams and Pops Vintage. And today we're going to talk to you about eBay scams and more importantly, protecting yourself from those scams. eBay scammers like to target new users to eBay. And we were no exception. They gave it their best on us and we almost fell for a few of them, but not quite. And we're going to cover 6 of the most common scams that happen that we still see today. Throughout this video, but we do have about 42 products that have to go out today.
We do, 42. Friday was hopping, like it was hopping.
Yeah, it was a busy weekend. Fourth quarter is here and things are moving. So
yes,
we have we're going to go through about 10 of those products throughout this video today. If you like this kind of video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below and hit the bell so you get notified when we put out new videos. And we have our new channel memberships turned on now.
We do, and if you become a channel member, you get a special prize.
Yep, so if you'd like to support the channel, it's $2.99, and if you get us your address after you join, we'll send you one of these Grams and Pops family stickers. These are member-only stickers. They won't go out for any other reason.
But we're not from the state that's on there.
No, the license plate says family, but you can kind of read Michigan on the top of it. We're from South Dakota.
Is that still considered Midwest?
Yeah, I would think so.
I don't know.
So that was... I wouldn't say that's a mistake. That's a happy accident. That's the sticker you'll get.
I don't know. They're cool.
All right, but we do have a ton to pack today. So what's the first item going out?
We sold some vanilla, oh, I didn't even read that right. Some vintage women's Coty is the brand. Vanilla Fields Perfume Cologne. It is brand new. Cory laughed at me when I grabbed it at this garage sale we went to.
It looks like that, and it's got a little green hummingbird on it, and that's going on for how much?
$49.99. Free shipping.
All right, the next item was actually a watch. What do you got?
We got an Elgin Women's Petite Diamond Quartz Gold Tone watch. It does need a battery.
Yep, so that's what that looks like. It is petite. It's a little tiny watch.
It came out of one of my proxy bid lots.
What did that sell for?
$19.99 plus shipping.
All right, so before we actually get into the 6 main scams that we still see fairly common today, we'll talk a little bit about a few things that'll prevent most of these scams, like just some basic prevention. If you're a new eBay seller, there's 2 things you can really do to kind of make sure that you're not a target for these scams.
Okay, so the first one is sellers who have 0 feedback. You know, they're new to the eBay reselling world, so they don't have a whole lot of feedback, but the scammers like to go to those accounts because they know they're new. They think that they're going to be able to get one over on them.
Yep, they're definitely targeting the newbies of eBay. So they do look for accounts with very low or no feedback. And you can actually kind of boost your feedback a little bit in a couple of different ways. The first one, and probably the one most people talk about, is if you're a new eBay seller, go buy some things on eBay.
Yep.
If you're buying things on eBay, the sellers will almost always leave you feedback.
Yes, we do. We leave feedback, after somebody leaves feedback?
Yeah, and it's automated. So if you buy something, leave them feedback, and then a lot of the sellers automate their feedback to leave you feedback immediately, just because it's easier when you're selling a ton of stuff. So you could buy some things to get feedback, and there's other ways to get feedback too. Okay,
the other way to get feedback is as a seller, even though you're new, as you're selling things, you can ask your buyers for feedback. Just, simply like we do on our thank you notes, we just say, after we send it out to them, please leave us feedback. Like our store, whatever, but leave us feedback so that we can show that we're good sellers.
Yeah, and I think the key point of what she just said is make sure you ask. eBay will send out reminders for them to leave you feedback and everything, but putting a card or a thank you card in your package when you ship it out that asks for feedback can be really important because the amount of feedback you get back, the percentage of people that leave feedback, is much higher when you're actually asking them for it.
Okay. The most common way for scammers to get new accounts or to scam new users on eBay is to reach out to you via messages and ask you to contact them off the eBay system. Like, hey, can you contact me at la 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 phone number or contact me at la 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 email? I don't know the emails, but to try and get you to work off of eBay.
Yeah, if you ever get someone trying to get you to communicate with them for any reason in any form that's outside of the eBay messaging system, there's a good chance. I would just put a red flag on that and say that's the start of a scam. I don't know what scam, but don't communicate with them outside eBay messaging and you never have to find out. So that is a very common way for scams to begin. So if you just play it safe and stay inside eBay communication, you're pretty well protected by eBay.
Yeah, and eBay frowns upon outside communication outside. You know, if somebody sends you a message to buy this off of eBay or whatnot, they frown upon that. So
They do. They do allow communication outside of the eBay messaging system after the sale, but even that I would kind of put a red flag on, and I would say just avoid it if you can, because if anything happens or there's any kind of dispute, messaging with inside of eBay will help protect you against stuff like that.
yeah, because eBay can see everything you send.
Yep. All right, so what's the next item that's sold?
We sold some jeans. We sold some Miss Me mid-rise easy boot distressed embellished denim jeans size 32.
Yep, and these ones actually sold before we even put them away. They were in a bag here waiting to get put away. So we listed them, but we didn't even have a chance to inventory them.
I have a bag down here I need to put away, but I got to find shelf space for them. So
what did those sell for?
$25 even. Okay, the next item we sold we've had since last summer. It was in a bulk buy that I bought. It is a Lemax Caddington Village Clock Tower with the box and the light.
Yep, so it looks like that. It's just a big clock tower. And what does one of those sell for?
It sold for $44.99 plus shipping. I don't know why I say, well, we don't all do free shipping. We don't do free shipping.
You just had
on
a free
everything.
shipping item.
I know. So I always do plus shipping.
All right, scam number one of the 6 scams is one we see quite a bit even still today, and that is the item not received scam. Meaning someone actually buys a product from you and then they tell eBay that they never received the item. And there are ways to protect yourself against this.
There is. So the first way is, for us, is always ship a way that's trackable, like tracking, you know, UPS, USPS, that provides a tracking number so you can see where it's actually at and when it's been delivered.
Yep, and for a new eBay seller, we would actually recommend you stick within eBay's shipping. They have discounted shipping for you, and the rates are really good. Sometimes you can get cheaper by going through Pirate Ship or another service like that, but if you're new to eBay, especially if you're not familiar with the different types of scams, we recommend you stay within eBay shipping because it automatically updates the tracking for you. It puts it into the order as you purchase your shipping and it goes out. So as long as there's a tracking number on your order and it shows delivered, they can't win this scam. Like they'll never win this. eBay will stand behind you every time.
Yep, and all you have to do, the one thing I recommend highly is if you get an item not received scam or somebody comes back saying that they didn't get it, make sure that you go in and respond to the dispute or the case or whatever you want to call it. Don't just assume that eBay's going to handle it because it shows delivered. Go in and always add the tracking number to it, and that way they can see that you've reviewed it and it'll go into their hands, and usually they're closed in your favor.
All right, so scam number 2, and this one I believe has happened to us before or attempted to happen to us before, and that's the parts harvesting scam, where somebody orders something from you like a radio.
Yep.
They get it, they tear it apart, they take pieces out of it they need to repair their own, and then send you back the radio.
As non-working usually.
Yep, it's usually non-working or item not as described, so you kind of have to take the return, and we've actually seen this one and heard of this one from quite a few other eBay resellers.
Yep. The way we've kind of prevented that from happening is we've gotten into buying, what are they called, tamper-proof stickers. So they're little silver stickers with a number on it that we slap on, you know, our radios, our VCRs, our, I don't know what
anything
else.
that's an electronic or anything that can be opened.
Yes.
And if it could be opened and parted out, we try to put a tamper-proof sticker on it.
Yep.
Another way you could prevent this one is by having good photos. So good photos aren't necessarily just good for selling.
Yep.
Having good photos that can identify any identifiable marks, scuffs,
Dents.
flaws, dents, anything that's identifiable. So if something comes back different than what you sent it, you have a way to go to eBay and actually fight this one. And a lot of times they will side on your behalf.
Yep, one of the most important things to take a picture of if you're selling an electronic or something, you know, that could possibly be harvested is the serial number. Almost every electronic has a serial number on it. Make sure you include that in your listing so that, you know, if something comes back, you can show eBay, see, this is the one that I sent. Also, if you do use the tamper-proof stickers, make sure you take a picture of that so that it's in there so that they can see when that comes back that was on there and you can show that it was damaged and opened.
Yep. All right, so what sold next?
We sold some silverware. I love silverware. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space, but I love it. It's a pain to list sometimes, but it's okay. We sold an Oneida stainless Dover 3-piece serving set. It has a pierced spoon, a meat fork, and a ladle.
Yep. So these are going to be noisy, and they're a little bit hard to see, but this is what they're getting. They're 3 pieces of silverware, and that sold for how much?
$17 plus shipping. The next item, I don't even know where we got it from. I don't remember the garage sale you picked this up at.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. But it's an Uncle Mike's Sidekick number 13 scoped camouflage vertical shoulder holster.
Yep. So that's a big old holster.
Holster?
Holster.
I missed the L.
Yep. So that's what it looks like. It's just a giant holster.
Is it for a rifle?
Nope. It's for a long-barreled pistol with a scope on it. So holsters are not always great. Some of them can be. So when I see them, I always look them up. Sometimes they're decent. You should pick them up. Sometimes they're just cheap. But like I said, it's one of those things that I still have to look up pretty much every one because they do vary a lot in price. This one sold for how much?
$34 even, but we only paid $5 for it.
All right, so scam number 3. This one we've heard about throughout the eBay community quite a few times, and that's the swap and return scam. So basically I send out a part. Well, let's just say I send out a radio again, or even do like an ornament or a plush. It doesn't matter. Send a part out, and they get it to replace the broken one they already have. Yep. They swap that out, and they send you the broken one back saying it arrived not as described.
That way, giving it broken, or they really want your part, but they don't want to pay for it. So they send you back, say you buy you send a plush, they send you back a plush that's not what you sent them.
Or a box of rocks.
Or a box of
anything.
A box of encyclopedias.
Yeah, a box of encyclopedias. We fell prey to this one.
Well, I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know what the deal was on it, but
they sent us back a whole different set of encyclopedias.
Whole different year.
Yep. So this one you can actually kind of prevent the same way you did the last one we talked about with parts harvesting. Good photos are your best friend in this case. You got to make sure you take really good photos of any flaws or identifying marks. Make sure that you get every angle you can of the product so that they send you back something different. If it's the same product but a different one, you can identify which one was yours. And if they just sent back a box of rocks, make sure you document everything. Yeah. Make sure you respond to that buyer right away. Hey, I got a box of rocks, but in the eBay messaging system.
Yep. And the other thing I do is if somebody gets something and they're like, well, this isn't what I ordered, I always tell them to send me a picture of the item in the box and a picture of the item so that I can see what it is they say they got versus what I actually sent them.
Yep. And again, just picture, and document everything. You want to start communication with the buyer as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And just stay really professional and get all their responses in messaging so eBay has something to look at. And then send eBay pictures of the box you got as well as the item that came in it. And keep track of everything. eBay will stand behind you as a buyer in these situations.
I do. I have also worried about that before. And so I've actually stood and recorded myself opening the package with the label on the top of it so that, if something happens, you can prove that you opened it, you didn't tamper with it, nothing.
Yeah, if your spidey senses are going off and you think something's wrong, document. Start documenting.
You have spidey senses?
Everybody has it. Everybody just gets that feeling sometimes that something ain't right.
Cory's got spidey senses. Do you cling to the wall too?
When I need to. Or slide down the wall.
How you getting up there?
That's a good point. I don't like heights.
I'm sorry. Okay, the next scam is a big one, and we've had a lot of people do this to us. It is scam number 4. It is the partial refund. Like, I got something, I'm not happy with it, so I need a partial refund.
Yeah, this one's a big one. This one runs rampant on eBay, and people try this a lot. And the way to handle this is just to kind of put yourself in the business. Well, put yourself in the business. If you're a seller, it's a business.
It is.
And I don't know of any business in the world that puts on their website, we offer a 50% satisfaction guarantee.
No, we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. We have free returns.
That's right.
Go ahead and return it. We'll issue you a refund once we get it back.
Yep, that's the answer to every single one of these. I'm not quite happy. What can we do to make it right? Return it. That's what you could do to make it right, and I will refund your money.
I will say, we have only ever once not followed that rule.
Yep.
Do you remember when?
It was something that broke.
It was the train. Remember that gigantic train set that they got, and something was broke on it. I don't know if it was before or whatever, and maybe I missed it, but we did issue them a refund for just the one piece of it so that they could go out and buy it.
Yep. And people are people, so use your best judgment. There are exceptions to all these, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. And in this case that Teresa's talking about, she sent us a bunch of pictures. She documented everything. She was very upfront and honest. We could tell it was our part that had broken shipping, and it was a huge item that we didn't want shipped back.
Yeah, no.
So we decided to work with her, and she worked with us, but she was very easy to deal with, and she was very happy with the result. But 99.9% of the time, the answer should be return it, period. Once I get it back, I'll refund you, but don't do partial refunds, because that's kind of like the discount system for scammers.
And even if it's a small item, like we recently sold some, I don't know what they were, belts for a Barbie car.
Yep.
It wasn't, I could have said keep it and whatever, but I don't feel that they should get to keep it because it doesn't fit, or they're not happy with it, or they want money back on it. I would rather pay the extra money to ship it back to me than let them keep it.
Oh, it would have been way cheaper for us just to tell them to keep it.
Yep.
Because we had to pay for the shipping back. But at the end of the day, if they gripe and they get to just keep it, that's them scamming you out of the item without paying anything. And we just default to send it back. That's our every answer.
I do.
So, all right, what actually sold next?
We sold a weather station. We sold a Brookstone wireless weather forecaster with color changing beacon. That little thing on the top changes colors.
So that's what it looks like. Oh, there's the colors: clear, cloudy, partly cloudy, thunderstorm, rain, or snow.
That's cool.
That's
I
what that
should have kept
means.
that.
That would have been kind of nice to have. So that's what it is.
Do you know where it came from?
No.
It came from our estate sale buyout.
Oh, what'd that sell for?
$34.99, and it's brand new.
All right, and we will forever be selling Littlest Pet Shop, so that's what went out.
We do. Those
What
are
is
my
that?
favorite. That is the Littlest Pet Shop gift set Pink Lamb number 585.
Yep, in bag 16. So that's
drawer
what
one.
it is.
It was in drawer F1, E1.
So what'd that sell for?
$9.99 for that little itty bitty thing.
I can't believe we have a fly flying around here. It's 17 degrees outside here today. We have a fly buzzing around in here.
And we shut off our heater to record, and it's getting chilly in here. Did you get him?
He's dead. No more fly.
Are you going to leave that in?
No more fly today. It's been a rodent kind of week. Teresa and Hannah got stuck in the garage last night with 2 possums, so we had to go exterminate possums last night too.
Cory got worried because we were out there forever. I was trying to scooch them out of the garage.
One of them ran right over Teresa's foot.
It did. I was using a pole, like a little metal, I don't know what it was, to kind of scoot them out. We have an old washer and dryer set in there.
Yeah.
That was from when we moved in. And I was trying to scooch them out, and he went right around and went right back into there, but ran across my foot as he did it.
So that was fun. All right, so scam number 5.
Scam number 5 is the address change scam. Like, message me after you buy it, say, hey, I don't live at this address anymore. Can you send it to this address? And my answer to that usually is no.
Yeah. Now this one happens a lot because it's not just scammers that are doing it. It's people that are honest that forgot to have their address changed. It's people that want it sent to a different address. Maybe it's a gift.
Yep.
So it happens often, but this is the base level request for a scam, because if you do send it to an address that they ask you to that's not the address on the account when they ordered it, they could file an item not delivered, and you will almost always lose that case.
Yep. And the other thing is, people say that even if they message you within the eBay app and say, hey, can you change my address to this? I need it shipped to this. A lot of times eBay won't stand behind you, even if you put that address change within your messaging system. So
Now, I have heard people say eBay will stand behind you if it is in the messaging system, but eBay's policies state that they won't.
Yep.
So there's no reason to take the chance. We sometimes will do this. We'll change the address and ship it out, but only if it's like a under $20 item.
Yep.
And at that point, we're just saying we think they're being honest and we're willing to lose the product.
but I'm a super sleuth.
Super. Oh, she does
I'm
go
a
out.
super sleuth.
Yep.
So if they send me it, I do go out and there's ways to see who lives at an address.
She creeps on Facebook or wherever she can find to try and see if it looks legitimate,
Yeah.
basically. But in general, it is best to always tell them, I can't change the address, but here's what we'll do. I'll cancel it and relist it.
Yep.
You can change your address, come back in and reorder it.
And we did that recently.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if it was that. We had a guy that ordered something and it shipped to his address and it came back to us and he's like, well, can you just ship it back out? And I said, no, I'll end it, relist it for you and you can buy it again. And he did come back in and buy it.
All right, scam number 6, the final scam. And this one drives me crazy more than probably any of the rest of them. And that's feedback extortion.
Yep. So if a customer messages you and says, you know, I'm not happy with this, you need to refund me or I'm going to leave you negative feedback.
Yeah, if they don't even have to say it straight out. If they imply that they're going to leave
Yep.
bad feedback if you don't do something like refund part of it,
Yep.
then they're already in the wrong and they've violated an eBay policy, and eBay will 100% stand behind you. So same answer we had to some of the other ones. If somebody's saying that they're not quite happy and they're going to change their feedback unless you give them partial refunds or anything else, then send the item back, file a return.
Yep.
That's the answer. Do not cave to feedback extortion. And the moment it feels like feedback extortion, get eBay involved.
Yep.
Because eBay will, even if they leave you bad feedback, eBay will a lot of times take it off.
Yep.
And they're going to side with you on this every time because it's 100% against eBay policy.
Yep. I don't like feedback extortion. We've gotten that a couple times.
We have.
But and a lot of times with feedback extortion is if you offer them an out, like if you offer them and say, hey, return this and I'll refund your money, a lot of times they just drop the whole thing. And one, they'll either leave you neutral, which for me, neutral, it bothers me, but it doesn't affect your account. And two, they'll just drop it completely and never return it and you'll never hear from them again.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we offer free returns is, one, if you offer free returns, eBay tends to side with you more often because you're showing eBay that you stand behind what you sell. And if there's ever an issue, they can just get the return and send it back and they're going to get their money back. So that's our answer to a lot of things. If they're even a little bit unhappy with it for any reason, return it. We're going to refund you. Sorry for the problem. Just stay really professional in the messages and let them return the product. It's that simple.
The next item that we sold, we bought on the, what do you call that sale?
I don't know.
Oh, no, it was on our jaunt tier.
Oh, the highway sale
Yeah,
here?
the highway sale here in South Dakota. It is a 2005 Carlton Cards Strawberry Shortcake, easy as pie, heirloom scented. And it does still smell like...
I don't think you said ornament in that whole thing.
I didn't. It's an ornament.
It's an ornament.
But it still smells. That's insane.
Yeah, strawberry shortcake never loses its smell, I don't think.
What do they put on it that keeps that smell for... It's now almost
Well, it
20
ain't
years old.
strawberries. So what did that sell for?
$20 plus shipping.
All right, this one we paid up for and we took a big chance and we have regretted it ever since that day.
We have sat on it for a little while.
I thought maybe we did a bad thing here.
Not a little while. That was from earlier this summer, the spring
It was early
summer.
in the summer, yep.
Yep.
We bought from another reseller. You could tell they were resellers.
Do you remember what they were? I remember the story of them. They own apartment buildings and they
do
clean
clean-outs,
out
yep.
after evictions.
And then they sell what they clean out.
Yep.
So we bought
this.
this.
Some, I don't even know how to say it for sure. Valace, Switzerland black caviar.
Caviar.
I said that wrong.
Caviar.
Caviar. Thermal mask, step 1.
Yep. So that's it. That's what we bought. And we paid up for them.
We did. We paid up $100 and I think there was there 3 of them?
Three
or
them.
4 of them.
Yep. There's different steps.
Yep.
And what did that one sell for?
That one I finally took an offer on for $120, but that makes me whole.
That makes us whole, and we got 2 more to sell yet. So
The other one,
yay.
yeah, but the other one of them's like $499.
We may have to lower the price just to get them out of here, but that did finally sell.
I will. Okay, so those are our 6 types of scams that people are.
Well, they're not ours. We don't do them.
No, those are the 6 most common scams that happen on eBay.
Yep.
And a lot of them do happen to newer buyers, but some of those, some people are just, what's the right word? Scrupulous? Is that the right word?
Unscrupulous. Well, I'm scrupulous. You're unscrupulous.
I don't know what that means. I shouldn't use words I don't know what they mean. Some people are just downright evil.
There's always a bad one in the bunch. So knowing how to protect yourself on eBay is a good step in the right direction. And eBay will stand behind you on almost every one of these if you just follow their basic rules. So,
Yep.
But if we missed any scams, and I'm certain we did,
Oh, I'm sure we did.
let us know which ones you know about that we didn't mention. Throw them in the comments and let us know about them.
Or have you been scammed
Or
with
have you
any
been
of these? Let us know if you've been scammed.
Yep. Maybe leaving them in the comments will help a new eBay seller not run into trouble and quit selling on eBay. So you never know who they're going to help. And I think that's it for today's video.
That is. We have like a crap ton of packing to go today. We have 6 Department 56 that are going to one person.
So we're going to get busy packing, and we'll see you guys later.
Hasta la vista, baby.